Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the Real Heroes Show. The MCU is coming in hot with a Fantastic Four movie. This is going to be attempt number 3. It looks like it's going to come out in the year 2023, directed by John Watts, as we found out at the Disney Investor Call. The movie is still 2 years away, but it hasn't stopped the internet from going crazy with fan casting. So that's what we're going to do in this video. We're going to go ahead and share who we think should play the roles of Marvel's first family, and then generally come to a consensus as a team as to what we think is going to be the best. So, Nick, how are you tonight, man?
Doing well, man. It's been a eventful week, I guess. So just waiting for.
We're on Falcon Eve, right?
Yeah.
Recording on a Thursday
Happy
night.
Falcon Eve.
Yeah.
Yep.
By the time this video goes live, most of us will have seen episode 5 and know whatever this big mystery cameo is. So, pretty pumped about that. But so Fantastic Four. This has been a property that has been a little bit problematic for Marvel in the past. With not the greatest movies ever made, but now that it's in the hands of Kevin Feige, the man that we all trust so much. We figured it'd be fun to kind of speculate and have some fun with who we think is going to be in the cast. I have my picks. Nick has his. Kevin couldn't be here tonight, but he sent in his answers as well. So we'll have three different sets of Fantastic Fours to go off of. And to get started, let's hit it right at the top with Reed Richards. So Nick, who is your pick for Reed?
So for Reed Richards, I know a lot of other people have talked about this. It's been all over the internet, all over YouTube, etc. Gotta go with John Krasinski.
You're going there. Okay.
I have to. I once that was sort of put out in the universe, it kind of just made sense.
Sure.
I think he pulls it off. He can pull it off really well. If it's not only desired from Kevin Feige, but from him as well. Feige might propose it to him, and he might go, "Nah, I got some other things in line." Although I can't see him really doing that, just because everyone knows how well Marvel is doing or has been doing. Yeah. I think to turn down a Marvel position and a Marvel opportunity is probably one of the stupidest things anyone can do right now. So regardless of what the role is, even if it's like a minor character, just to be embedded in that would be such a unwise opportunity. So
for sure, I know he's got the Jack Ryan thing going, and he's becoming a successful director. Quiet Place 1 was a huge smash hit, and Quiet Place 2 comes out this year. I think that is in May. I think it's a Memorial Day movie this year.
I think so. I can't wait for that though.
They've been moved around so many freaking times at this point. Yeah. It's hard to tell, but so that's the internet fan favorite is John Krasinski. Yep. Kevin wrote in Liam Hemsworth, the other Hemsworth brother, which is which would be interesting.
Right. Okay.
Marvel does like to keep things in the family. Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell are both in the MCU as Ego the Living Planet and John Walker, respectively. So, why the hell not? A Hemsworth brother could be fun. Yeah. And then for me, a little out of the box, but between the work that he did on The Walking Dead, the Oscar-nominated performance he had in this year's Minari, and his voice acting skills in Amazon's Invincible superhero show, I'm going to go with Steven Yeun for the role of Reed Richards.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, Marvel has a thing right now for going after folks that are winning awards and getting nominated for awards. So I could see it happening, and it could be a little bit different. We've done the whole, super white dude Reed Richards a couple times now. It might be fun to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, I think in terms of thinking about who could really pull off like Reed Richards, he's a different individual as far as comic book characters go. I think especially when you think about Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four and having to go against, Doctor Doom, I think if Steven Yeun's performance, in The Walking Dead, which, I read the comics, what happens to his character in the comics is rather unfortunate, and obviously happens in the show. But, to think of, how he, went against the evil in The Walking Dead, I think he could, pull off the sort of hero against it, like a evil doer rather well. So that's interesting,
And I like him as Mark Grayson in Invincible too. I think he's really good, so.
He's already got the superhero sort of persona.
Could be fun, but with Reed Richards comes along the package deal of Sue Storm, and I don't know about you, but for me this was the hardest one to figure out who I wanted for it. I have a feeling that yours is going to be pretty easy to guess given who you chose for Reed, but go ahead and hit me with it.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be Emily Blunt, and I don't know who else could have really. I think there's plenty other good options out there. Don't get me wrong. I just think of sort of like that dynamic duo with Blunt and Krasinski, because we got to see it in Quiet Place. I obviously think it could carry over into the superhero realm. But again, I'm sure other people out there watching the video, again, this would be a good time to comment or post a comment in the section to see what your picks are, so we could see what your picks are. But I'm gonna go with Emily Blunt on this one.
Emily Blunt. Yeah, I think if John Krasinski gets the Reed Richards gig, she's the obvious choice for Sue, right? I think it takes a lot of other pieces off the board, because husband and wife, they work well together. We've seen that before. Chances are they probably work well together again. So Kevin's pick was Lily James, who what I'm most familiar with her from is she was the female lead in Baby Driver, Edgar Wright's movie.
Oh yeah.
And
okay.
She's a terrific actress. I think she kind of has that warm, inviting kind of presence, which Sue Storm is kind of the heart of the Fantastic Four. So I think that'd be a solid choice. Pretty cool, and to see her in more roles would be great too. And like I said, I had a really tough time coming up with one, but what I landed on was Anna Kendrick, and I think part of that is just because to keep up with the rest of the Fantastic Four, there has to be a lot of sharp wit, and she's very quick, and she has that wit, as she's proven in some other movies that she's been in. So
I think that'd be a solid choice.
I know that they were campaigning for her to play Squirrel Girl for a while, but I think that fell through. So she'd be available for Sue Storm. So that's 2 out of our 4. Next, let's go on to Sue's brother Johnny, aka the Human Torch. Who do you have for this one?
None other than Mr. Zac Efron.
Zac Efron.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there was someone else that he was rumored to play that you hated him for. What was it? Wolverine, maybe?
Yeah, it was. Okay. It was Wolverine. I was like, listen, I like Zac Efron. I think his acting has gotten better over time. Where he's tried to come out of that whole like I'm a frat boy sort of role. However, again, not to really typecast him, I think he could play like the hot shot, literally, pun intended, with being the Human Torch, the ladies' man, who, he obviously is in shape, right? We saw him get in shape for Baywatch. I know he carries himself still to this day on things. So I think he'd be a good choice. Just not the Wolverine. I don't know. Not to say that he couldn't pull off Wolverine. He's short enough to maybe be more accurate to Wolverine, but I think for the sake of maybe being Johnny Storm, to be more of his alley.
Yeah. No. If they go the route of the way Chris Evans played the character back in the day, where it's like the real super cocky hotshot guy, I could absolutely see him filling in there. That'd be actually pretty fun. I think I don't think Baywatch is a good movie, but He had some funny moments, and he's got some charisma, so it could be cool.
Yeah.
Kevin had Taron Egerton, who is Eggsy from the Kingsman movies, and obviously he played Elton John in Rocket Man.
Right.
Whole lot of charisma. That I actually really like that.
That I do too. That I think that would also be a good choice.
Yeah. I feel stupid after the two of you both spit out people like that, because my pick,
who you got?
pulling from another comic book world, I chose Jack Quaid, who plays Huey on The Boys. And given he's not quite like ripped like a Zac Efron, I feel like he could be a total smartass the way that Johnny Storm is. So
yeah, I think he could pull it off. Excuse me. I would maybe suggest him putting on some pounds,
a little bit of weight. Yeah.
You know, just not a ton, but like maybe like a good 15 pounds of like lean mass, just to again like sort of, you know, look the slender lean superhero, you know, type figure.
Yeah, because even Evans, he wasn't Captain America big when he played.
Not that time at all.
He was a little bit thinner. So
yeah,
and it would be a perfect opportunity for him when he has his first like Human Torch flight to do it to a Billy Joel song and tie it together to The Boys.
Yeah, again, I think maybe we didn't start the fire would be another solid choice.
That would be pretty damn good.
Perfect. So for that whole combination, I'd be all for.
Nice. Cool. So let's round this thing out with Ben Grimm, The Thing. Who you got?
You know, honestly, I think this might have been one of the toughest choices, and I just made a super quick instinctual choice as DJ The Rock.
Hey, Black Adam himself, huh?
Right. I mean, and I was kind of thinking more along the lines of he's already insanely jacked. He knows how to play that sort of law enforcement type role. Again, he had chemistry with Zac Efron on Baywatch. Like true. To see more of that, like sort of maybe comedic take, and being on a team together would be sort of be cool to see again. But it also puts The Rock in the MCU. He's a strong son of a bitch, you know.
Sure is.
Some bitch, as Rock would put it. But at the same time, you could literally take Dwayne Johnson, as jacked as he already is, and just amplify that into sort of a CGI thing. Like, I think of the way they portrayed the Hulk, right? Like Mark Ruffalo, he's a plain looking dude.
Oh yeah,
it doesn't work out whatsoever. I don't know if he's in shape or anything like that, and not to discredit him by any means, but between The Rock and Mark Ruffalo,
right,
completely other sides of the spectrum here, right? So but if you use CGI the Thing, I mean, he could look more fearsome than the Hulk, or maybe, you know, a little bit more intimidating.
Yeah, maybe like a mocap type thing.
Yeah,
because I think in the old Fantastic Four movie where it's Michael Chiklis, he actually wears like a prosthetic suit, right? That's not CG.
Yeah, well,
and it just looks silly.
It did.
So,
yeah,
I don't know. Kevin had Dominic Purcell, who he's from Prison Break. He was on Flash and Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah,
big jacked up dude. So you guys both went in the same direction on that. As can only be predicted, I went in a totally different direction.
Hey, it's all right. It's diversity.
My thought here is that you know, it wasn't revealed until a couple decades after the character was brought on, because diversity wasn't really a thing back in the day. But Ben Grimm was born and raised in a Jewish family, right?
Right.
So I figure, since they could use CGI to turn somebody into a giant rock, why not have Seth Rogen play the Thing? Right? Like, I could see the comedy, like, because, you know, Marvel, they like to do their comedy, and they like all their little witty quips and everything. Imagine Seth Rogen, like a take where Ben Grimm is like kind of a pothead at the beginning.
Oh my gosh!
Turns into the Thing. And like
he's even better would be if he was a narc. or like worked for the DEA
like
instead.
A 21 Jump Street type thing.
Yeah, like, you know, he quits the force, just gets super high, and then becomes like, you know, a member of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I'll go to space.
Yeah, he's like, screw it, I've been busting people so much for this shit. Why not just get high and turn into a giant rock? Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess at that point he wouldn't be able to do it. Oh God.
You've been served.
Oh man.
Yeah. So we've had some diversity amongst our three sets of Fantastic Fours, but we would also be remiss if we didn't fan cast Dr. Doom, because he is the main big bad for this property. So who do you got for Victor Von Doom?
Yeah, I want to pull from the same sort of, I guess, comic realm. He already played Magneto, and again, I think it was great as Magneto. Michael Fassbender. I think he's got the background, like literally, you know, culturally, you know, being European, and I believe he's Irish German, I want to say, maybe.
Okay.
But I think, you know, maybe sort of like that same sort of mindset.
Sure.
With, you know, Victor Von Doom and Latveria, and, you know, being for his people and whatnot. Like, I think he could pull off that villain. I mean, he kind of did already. So, again, not to sort of typecast him as another villain, but I mean, you know, as
some people are good at what they do, man.
Yeah, I mean, essentially he'd be like a ruler, you know, you know, which again, I think he'd do a hell of a job.
Yep. But I agree. He's a terrific actor, and would be a
spectacular actor on top of that. So
huge get for the MCU if they could bring talent like that in.
Yeah.
Kevin, I think he mentioned this on one of our last shows that we did, but he mentioned Killian Murphy, who is Scarecrow from Batman Begins. He's the lead in Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders.
Terrific actor. I would love to see him play Dr. Doom. And for me, I chose Nikolai Coster-Waldau, who played Jaime Lannister on Game of Thrones.
Okay.
You know, he's got that rough, rugged look to him. Obviously, another European actor. So I
just thought of, you know what, he could pull off maybe a Johnny Storm as well.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
You know,
he's a devilishly handsome man, so
yeah,
definitely possible. But
I like that choice. I like both choices. I'd like to see both of them in the MCU at some point.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, realistically, I don't want to get into Game of Thrones talk because I don't want to get depressed, but I would love to see a good chunk of that cast show up in some of these other properties, because I think that they're terrific actors and actresses in there. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're getting two of them in Eternals.
Oh my God, you're right.
So, you know, I'd imagine more
the Stark family reunion.
Yeah. Rob and John reunited.
How great is that, though? That they were
love it.
We need somebody that's like a Jon Snow type character to play the Black Knight. Well, what about Jon Snow? Is he available?
Yeah.
And
what's he doing?
He signed right up, and he's going to be part of it. So
yeah, this time he didn't say I didn't want it. He said I do want it. Yeah.
Back up the money truck, Marvel.
You have chosen wisely. Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, yeah. So now we've got three different sets of Fantastic Fours for you. We would love to hear from you guys, as Nick mentioned before. Drop us a comment below. Let us know which castings you guys liked out of the ones that we chose, and if we didn't say who you're thinking of, leave us a comment below and let us know who your picks are. We would love to hear it. If you guys are new to the channel, please go ahead, click that subscribe button, turn on the notifications. We've had a ton of new subscribers lately, and we can't thank you enough for hopping on board. We really hope you guys enjoy the ride. We love making content for you, and we're going to keep doing it for as long as we can. So go ahead and like this video, follow us on socials. We will have reactions up next week for this big episode 5 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, as
wait.
well as whatever the hell else we want to talk about. So for Nick and Kevin, I'm Cory, and we will see you guys in the next video.